Hi everyone, my name is HUMAIRAH with ABIDIN, and today I will be sharing my case report about freedom of speech in Malaysia. Introduction to freedom of speech, which is a fundamental human right preserved in Article 10 of Malaysia's Federal Constitution with legal restriction to public order, morality, and national security. The objectives are to explain the limitation freedom of speech in Malaysia and recent judicial decision used to assess constitutional provision real-world effects. Definition of key terms. First, freedom of speech, according to Barron, allows people to express their belief without censorship or legal consequences within certain limits. Malaysia law protects symbolic creativity, artistic expression, speech, and writing. Second, public order restriction limits on free speech to maintain community stability. Next, moral criterion, flexible standard used in free speech laws to identify content and unacceptable to current culture and religious view. Lastly, legal limitation, laws like defamation, sedition, and incitement penalize statements that attack reputation, promote hostility towards the state, or encourage law breaking. Legal frameworks and principles. Our federal constitution, Article 10, Clause 1, Paragraph A, guarantees this right. However, it is not absolute. Article 10, Clauses 2 until Clauses 4, Parliament can impose restriction for reasons like national security, public order, and morality. Next, key laws like the Sedition Act 1948 and the Communication and Multimedia Act 1998 define this boundary. So, freedom of speech here is a limited right, balanced against societal needs. Legal frameworks and principles. Our federal constitution, Article 10, Clause 1, Paragraph A, guarantees this right. However, it is not absolute. Article 10, Clauses 2 and let's delve into a prominent example of the case Fahmi Reza and artistic dissent. He faced Communication and Multimedia Act 1998, Section 233, charges for sharing political caricatures. This case powerfully demonstrates how modern restrictions suppress free speech, sparking debate between satirical expression and criminal behavior. It also highlights the use of digital infrastructure to enforce censorship. The Fahmi Reza case served as a key example of the ongoing tension between freedom of artistic expression and the legal boundaries, particularly in the digital age. Let's move to case 2. This case saw associates Professor Azmi Sharom challenge the Sedition Act 1948. He argued that the act violated his fundamental right to free speech, as guaranteed by the federal constitution. He was charged under the Sedition Act for comments he made concerning a political crisis. However, the outcome was significant. The federal court ultimately upheld the Sedition Act's constitutionality. This decision affirmed Parliament's power to impose restrictions on rights, specifically under Article 10, Clause 2 of the Federal Constitution. In essence, the ruling in Azmi Sharom's case ultimately restricted freedom of speech, reinforcing the legal boundaries set by the Sedition Act. We come to discussion where Malaysia prioritizes national stability over individual liberties because of its complex ethnic structure. Next, digital platforms have strengthened public discussion, and Section 233 of the CMA disproportionately applied against its online users. According to Article 10, Clause 1, Paragraph A, granting free speech, Malaysia's legal framework often prioritizes national stability with courts deferring to parliamentary restriction. As the conclusion, by responsibly managing expression under Article 10, Clause 1, Paragraph A of the Federal Constitution, which grants freedom of speech, Malaysia can ensure that this fundamental right contributes positively to national stability and harmony. Thank you.